Remember JKB ni Shiboraretai? Yeah, Imouto bitch ni Shiboraretai is a spin-off from it. Remember her? This thought is called Mina and gets the pipe from none other than her older brother in some kind of karaoke or mixer bar or whatever it's called. She's not alone though, because these are her two friends that have no names. These two also play around for a bit, but the whole focus is on Mina. The second episode only has this thought called Sayaka, and she also gets piped by her brother in only one location and only one position. Just like JK bitch ni Shiboraretai, Imouto bitch ni Shiboraretai basically has no story. However, there are a few differences. Both Mina and Sayaka are going to get piped from their brothers, and the focus of both episodes are on them alone. And yes, while these two brothers look very alike, together with the one from JKB ni Shiboraretai, they still are different people. The thing with Mina is that even though she's a thought, she still acts a bit shy. That is not only evident from the first episode, but also from this scene here in that other hentai. Yes, this is Mina. She's also the one that calls Yariko near the end of that episode, even though she's just called Girl A in there. She's willing to open up her legs regardless, but she tries to fight against it here only because it's her brother. Well, at least she shows some standards to never fuck family members. Yeah, but it doesn't take long for her true nature to kick in. And of course, her two friends encourage her all the way. By the way, remember this one that was together with Mina? What happened to her? Well, whatever. Episode 2 is basically the same thing, but nowhere other than in their own home. But no, Sayaka and her brother never do it in the same room. For whatever reason, they prefer to use a hole on the wall for the pipe cleaning and pipe riding. I mean, it's a nice idea and I would be all for it, but because of it, this is the most boring episode of all. That hole only allows for a single position, and the fact that the fun takes place in only these two rooms in the house, the possibilities are very limited. It could have been fine if the first scene was Sayaka using the hole, but then going to her brother's room and do it there, or in the shower or something. I mean, they live in the same house and see each other all the time after all. And it's not like the mother will suddenly open the door and find out what Sayaka and her brother are doing. The mother just knocks on the door and that's it. So I don't really understand why the possibilities were so limited in this one. And yes, Sayaka was the one who drilled that hole on the wall, and she's more than willing to give her brother her ass. I mean, as a spin-off, Imouto bitch ni Shiboraretai is fine, but the first episode is clearly the better one. And this spin-off is also the only one that goes for incest in both episodes in this. Let's call it trilogy. The sex in the first episode is far better as well, mainly because of the heavy restrictions in the second one. Sadly though, only Mina and Sayaka get to ride the pipe on screen. I would have liked to see these two thoughts get to ride the pipe as well. After all, there were 3 dudes in the episode. It could have been a good group sex scene, but instead, just 2 out of 6 people go all the way. Well, sure, Mina rides the pipe multiple times, but still. I guess the scenes do the job, but the lack of variety, especially during the second episode, makes this spin-off a thing just for curiosity's sake. But again, the idea with the hole in the wall could have worked if it used all the possibilities that could have evolved from it. While slightly weaker and maybe a bit more simplistic, the animation and everything around it still looks good. The first one better than the second one though, But this disco ball looks like shit, especially when compared to the ball in this scene. But whatever. And similar goes to the sound and everything around it. The ending theme isn't as good as JKB, but it's better than Fuzoku. Whatever the case, it's still worth a watch.